What is up, guys? And welcome back to a brand new video. This one is different because we're racing in real life today. I was lucky enough to get invited down to Wilton Mill International Kart Circuit by the guys over at Motormouth. They were hosting their own charity event for the Brain Tumor Charity. I'll leave a link to it down in the description if you guys want to donate. It's for a great cause. And yeah, I was drafted in as a super sub, essentially, to this endurance karting event. It's a 2.5 hour race. There are teams of 5, 4 members from the public, people who create their own team, and then in every team there's like a racing driver or a celebrity or influencer or whatever who gets bundled in with them. And yeah, I was lucky to get a late call up, so thanks to those guys for inviting me. They had an F1 car there. They had some supercars about. It was a really good day. I love kind of events like this, and I want to do more of them in the future. So, the team that I'm racing for is Team Blue Flag. We are Kart number 6, and shout out to my teammates. They entrusted me with being last out in qualifying practice and starting the race. But it was their first time at Wilton Mill, so they were putting all the pressure on me. So here we go for the practice qualifying session. You can see this is my first laps of the day in the kart. I think I had about 10 minutes in the kart to get familiar with the track again. This is only my second time here at Wilton Mill, and I've got to say it is a great little circuit. Yeah, straight out of the blocks, I felt pretty confident. I was actually overtaking people. Here's my good friend, Mr. Pieface. I give him a bit of a wave. He probably has no idea who I am. I immediately chuck it in the grass. And I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like there was a tin of baked beans or something that fell out of my cart. Either way, it didn't slow me down. It might have sped me up as I was making overtakes left, right, and center. We got past that guy who was, yeah, didn't really have much spatial awareness on there. Clearly didn't have the HUD on, which was telling him where the red arrows were. There's Pieface again. And yeah, I felt pretty fast. I actually didn't get overtaken by anyone in this practice quali, which was a good sign. And I was just stringing the kart along. I think I had a pretty good kart, to be honest. It felt like I was very fast in a straight line. As evidence right here, look at this guy. He's using human DRS, and I'm just going, bye, with my head up and everything. And I'm not the lightest person in the world either, so yeah, we definitely had a good kart there. I qualified P6 on the road, but then a couple of people improved and we got demoted down to 8th place, even with the traffic. So I'll take that. 8th place out of I think 22 teams is not too bad, especially since I didn't get many clear laps in. But same for everybody. There was a lot of varying skill levels of people out there. Feeling the bodywork as it was a bit flappy at some points. Like I said, I had a couple of excursions. 1 or 2 people clouted into the side of us. I was just checking that everything was alright. And yeah, we are ready to go. We've actually managed to out-qualify Mr. Steve Alvarez Brown, Super GT. There he is.
Hello? My car feels hard. Mine feels awful. Yep. So, we're getting ready to start the race. We're gridding up soon. Car's fast. The kart is fast. I feel like I'm driving well. Don't know if I even got overtaken. I just did a lot of overtaking myself. And these are the same people I'll be starting the race against, so I like my chances. I think we're going to be all right. I'm not sure where we're starting, but yeah, looking forward to a good race.
And yeah, we're up against some pretty fast drivers out there. Liam Lawson, a few racing drivers here and there. So yeah, I'll absolutely take 8th.
All right. Good luck, bro. Good luck. Don't send me to the shadow realm. Not too many times anyway. Yeah.
Oh god. We know we're gonna get sent down into turn 1. I'm just looking to keep out of trouble and have a good race. The stints are broken up by half an hour slot, so I'll be in the kart for the first half hour, hand over to my teammates. In terms of strategy, yeah, we're going to be stopping every half an hour. The fuel will need to be taken into consideration because we can only do 2 hours on one tank of fuel, so we'll probably do that in the last half hour. Bye, Steve. I couldn't believe I out-qualified him, to be honest. I didn't know at the time, but there we go. Coming around is Steve's POV. And right here, I have absolutely no idea what to do in this situation. I'm Carlos Sainz. I have no idea how to act. But there we go. Shout out to Steve, Super GT, for lending me some of his GoPro footage and outboard shots. I'll leave a link to his channel down in the description. But now we are only moments away from getting this race underway. And what's happening?
How do you do that?
With pure racing skill, mate. I was telling him to get effed and tell him I was good. Better than him, clearly. I'm coming for his Quadrant X30 class drive. Nice one, Steve. Creeping those extra few meters, trying to get Mr. Tiametmarduk on the run down into turn 1. It's a very competitive field. And yeah, just waving to my mum in the crowd. Hello, Mum. Mum's definitely not there. She's definitely on the other side of the world. But regardless, we are ready to get this race underway. And we're off for the 2.5 hour race here at Wilton Mill. It looks like a good start from me. My starts of late in go-karting have not been good, and this one has been a success. We maintain P8 as we head down into Christmas corner for the first time. And you can see I'm looking for the move up the inside of the Team Brit driver. Looking to move forward if I can. I'm feeling pretty good about this race. I feel like we can actually move forward as well. We didn't get the cleanest run in quali, and I think we can move forward. And we're starting straight away, trying to go up the inside of the Team Brit driver. But he gets the better drive traction and takes back P7 in this race. So feisty little start there from me, trying to be on the aggressive right from the start. We've got Super GT right behind us in P9. So I know how experienced Steve is. I know how fast Steve is. I've got to put cars between myself and him, because if I stay stationary, he is going to gobble me up. So that's the intention, I guess. You can see some drivers using the full width of the circuit. We were told in the driver's briefing that more than 4 wheels over and you'll be getting warnings and stuff, but only for particular corners, and I didn't know which ones exactly I could use or not. So yeah, that was a bit of a sticking point for me. Anyway, we got to run on the Team Brit driver. We're going to go up the inside. No, he blocks it off, so we're going to go around the outside, but he squeezes us onto what, Ben? Finish that sentence. I don't know. We got squeezed there. Made contact on the right-hand front corner, and that was maybe just enough to unsettle the kart and send me into a spin. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, whether you think that was my fault, that spin, whether I could have done more to avoid. But here's the replay. You can see here he moves right as I'm looking to brake, so I had to jump on the brakes earlier, and then he goes to the inside, and then right as I'm trying to draw alongside, he moves over in the braking zone again. And we had nowhere to go, really, so a bit disappointing to lose 8 spots on the second lap of a 2.5 hour race, but it is what it is. We will move our way back through the order. At least we've got a bit of an exciting race ahead of us now, trying to get through the midfield runners. So that's what we're going to do. Mr. White Helmet here. I actually don't know who any of these drivers are. They could be friends. They could be people I've watched on YouTube. They could be people I've seen on TV. I don't know. That's the beauty of everyone, or for the most part, people wearing rental kart stuff. Could be people from Veloce. I have a feeling that was Aldas I just overtook, but I'm not too sure on that one. You guys will have to let me know down in the comments. But yeah, we're now up to P15. 30-minute stint, like I said. So I want to make an impact in this race. And not the kind that you're all thinking. We want to have a positive impact in this race. I want to hand over to my teammates in a good position and go for the dive here up the inside. And that is 14th place. But unfortunately, I ran in a bit deep into the right-hander. Touched the grass a little bit. Ran wide and lost the spot straight away. So we've got to do that work all over again. P15 for Mr. Tiametmarduk. Team Blue Flag. And yeah, we get a great run through turns 2 and 3. And we're now up to P14. So one thing that I know now in hindsight, and not exactly while I was racing, it's something I should know, but you got to keep up the minimum speed in these karts, particularly when you're trying to overtake someone. I think that was my weakness in this race, is when I did go for moves. I probably didn't go for them in the right manner all the time. There were times where I'd go for a dive bomb, I'd go for the inside line, and then I'd have a really bad exit. Here though, this was fine because I prioritized getting a better exit. That got us up to P13. So those kind of overtakes are the ones I should have preferred to do a little bit more in this race because it's a lot more efficient, a lot safer to do. So here's a dive bomb move into Christmas corner. This time it's actually worked. I got a decent exit there. But there are a few times over the course of this race, over the course of this day, where I'd go for inside moves and I'd get switched back straight away. The beauty of these cars is that they've got no power, so you've got to keep that speed up in order to get any kind of momentum out of corners. But yeah, we're settling into the race now, P11. Putting in some decent times so far. I think I'm running in the 58s, low 58s, starting to creep into the 57s. We're now overtaking someone who's not wearing a rental suit, so this guy should be pretty, or he might be pretty difficult to overtake. We'll have to wait and see. Out of the last corner, try and get a nice exit through there. If you absolutely get it right, that last corner is flat, and I like it because it's a late apex kind of corner. Up the inside into turn 1, and we're now in P10. Thank you very much. I signaled to him to let's work together. We're going to move forward in this race, so just follow me through if you can. So now we're catching up to what kind of looks like an Ayrton Senna helmet. Hello, Ayrton. We're going to go up the inside of you here, and that is job done. Hopefully. Hopefully it's, no, it's not job done. So there we go. That's another example of me not getting a great exit, and we got a little bit of a squeeze there, which activated the hand of frustration. I think I got easily triggered at some moments in this race. That was fine. Ben, stop complaining. Up the inside now into Christmas corner, and now we have got the move done. Or have we? Yes, we have. I have to second guess myself. Catching up to a lap car now. We have to get through these guys pretty quickly, pretty swiftly. You'll notice the lap cars. You've got to be very careful with them. You've got to leave them extra space.
There. Oh, Steve just dives down the inside there of Thunderhead. Team Super Tyres. Oh, Team Super Tyres, 27. Black flag for Team Super Tyres. They're currently in 7th place at the moment.
Lovely stuff. So that's going to be a free position for myself and the team. One thing about the back markers is you've really got to leave them some extra space. They are of varying skill levels and maybe not taking the racing line at times. There's Pieface. You can easily tell him out because he's the only driver in a red and green suit. We make pretty quick work of him. And now there's absolute daylight to Mr. Super GT at the next car up the road. He's in P7. I think that was a mid-57 we just set there. So that was, up till this point, my fastest lap of the race, which is nice to see. I'm making some hand signals to smoothly go over curbs. And I took my own advice, and the smooth driving has resulted in a 57.1, which I think is pretty fast. Well, for me, that's pretty fast at this point in the race. Mr. Jimmy Broadbent did a 57.1 as well as his personal best a little bit later on in the race, and his team went on to win the race. So I think that was a pretty decent effort from myself there. Anyway, I'm getting triggered by lap cars again. It's very easy to trigger the hand of rage for me sometimes. Calm it down, Ben. We're going to try and go the inside of this guy. Lap car, another lap car getting in the way. Going to try and sneak underneath them if we can. And there we go. I think under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be so agitated, I guess. But the fact is, I'm trying to catch up to Mr. Super GT before I have to get out of the kart. And there he is, just up the road. So I was trying to get through the lap cars quickly because I wanted to have a battle with this guy and have a good race. Because it's not very often that you can say you can overtake or have a battle or be faster than Mr. Super GT. So yeah, that's the goal for this race. Try and get ahead of this guy before I make my pit stop. Even if I have to extend this first stint cheekily by a couple of minutes, that's what we're going to do. So we'll try and put our team in a good position. We're P8 at the moment. We're back where we started in this race. So even like that recovery, I'd say, has been pretty mad. No, that's not Super GT. That's a lap car. Oh well. Anyway, we get past them, and now we can focus on trying to catch Mr. Super GT once again with a bit of open racetrack. I mean, honestly, free real estate in this race today was a commodity. With all the lap cars, you swiftly found yourself catching up to them in almost no time at all. We're going to start seeing people coming into the pit lane for early stops. So yeah, the racetrack is going to be fairly populated with yeah, different drivers at some stage, as you'll see, you know, new people coming out onto the racetrack and being a little bit cool to the race. So yeah, they'll be out of rhythm, and yeah, just getting past some of these guys is going to be crucial to having a chance at Steve. And you can see that guy just swipes at us. He straight up swiped me. He like saw I was coming up the inside and then said nope, and gave me a big old yeet before I eventually got him. I actually apologized for that, but in hindsight I shouldn't have done that. We got absolutely swiped. Anyway, we've now caught up to Steve. We're getting towards the end of our stint now. I think there's another 7-8 minutes to go before we need to come into the pit lane. So now we're going to take our chance now and go up the inside of Steve with a big dive bomb. And that right there is a prime example of me not getting a good exit. And now Steve knows I'm there. That was the element of surprise wasted, because Steve had no idea that I was behind him. He never really looked back and saw me. So now that he knows that I'm there, he's definitely going to get the elbows out now. And you can see he's getting a good look at me and his prey, as he knows not to give me an inch. So here we go. Take two, down into Ashby. No, not this time around. I've noticed now that Steve is really cheesing the exit of that curbing there on the left-hand side. So that's now something I'm going to start to do for the rest of this race. There's probably another 10th or so there in lap time. But now we're going to try and go for the move here. Round the outside as we head into the boot section. And we're going to try and get it done. No, but no, Steve gives us the big squeeze. You don't try and go around the outside of Super GT in go-karting. You are going to get shown the grass every single time. I tried to pull his pants down, but Steve was wearing a belt today. GG, Mr. Steve. Here's the replay from the cameraman. And yeah, probably got what I deserved there, trying to go for an ambitious move. But yeah, we'll get the elbows out even more the next time we go for a move. And hopefully we can get our revenge before we need to pull into the pit lane. Steve getting slowed up by a little bit by a lap car. Let's see if we can make the most of that. You can see I'm now using that concrete curbing astroturf. I don't really know what to call it, that extra bit of the circuit. And I'd say it was helping my lap time. Now Steve makes a rare mistake, runs a little bit wide there, and we get up the inside into the last corner. Now into P7 in this Wilton Mill Grand Prix. Lap cars coming out of the pit lane now, as yeah, it is right around the crossover time. We're about 29 minutes into the race at this stage. And once again, catching up to those dreaded lap cars. Hopefully we can get through them. Oh, that's a cheeky corner cut from me there. That'll rattle the fillings a little bit, but no, it was actually fine. It wasn't too bumpy on the grass there. I might start using that line every lap. Straighten out that exit and make our own portions of the racetrack. We learnt that one from Mr. pie face from practice. Anyway, we're catching up to white helmet, white suit here, and here I make a big lapse of judgment because Steve gets me. Fair play. I wasn't favouring the dive bomb. I thought I was going to get a bad exit and Steve was going to get me. I held back, and me holding back resulted in Steve getting me anyway. So there we go. We're now going to get white helmet, white suit guy. He has not got his OSD on. You can't see the red arrows. We get the big squeeze. You can see a shake of the head here. I'm not happy because Steve is getting away once again. Steve has a knack for getting through the traffic just that little bit better than me. That all comes with experience. But yeah, if I can get this guy, then have another go at Steve, I would be very happy with my day's proceedings. We've caught up to him, but now we just got to finish the job. Dive bomb into Christmas corner. We get the job done, but no, it's a bad exit from us. And yeah, I was quite baffled as to how he was able to get such a good exit. But yeah, you've really just got to floor the throttle, even from the inside line. That's something that I'll take away from today and apply it whenever I come to not only this circuit, but I think Buckmore Park and just other karting venues where the karts are underpowered. Because that's something I can definitely do better. Anyway, it is game on once again between myself and Steve. We go for the dive bomb part 2. This time, can we get it done? No, we get a bit of back-end loss at the apex. I think as well I need to work on my braking, not to panic too much, not jump on the brakes too much right as I'm leaning on the car. Again, learning experience. I haven't got the most karting hours in the world, but that's something I'll pick up with time. We're getting up the inside of Steve this time, and we actually get the job done. We utilize the straight line speed of the kart, and we're now up in a P5. Steve shakes the head. He's fuming because this was the in lap, I think, for both of us. Or no, the next lap is the in lap for both of us, as we're just past the 30-minute mark of this race. Ignore that. That is a glitch. Honestly, I don't know what that's for. It must have pinged me for running wide where Steve was running wide, because that was the only place I was going outside of the bounds of the circuit. Steve must obviously be whitelisted from getting penalties or something. Anyway, into the pit lane we go, and I was taking it very casually into the pit lane. Steve giving me the big hurry up, and there we go. That is the opening stint of the race coming to a close. Good stop there from Steve's team. They get out ahead of us. I think they had to adjust the pedals or something for my team, and they are off.
Good battle, bro. I kept bottling it. Oh my god, that car has no speed. Yeah, you had no straight line speed. No, nothing. So you were getting through the traffic better than I was? Yeah. So that was really helping you. I took me ages to catch you because of that. Oh, yeah. How much did you lose in that crash at the start? 5-6 seconds. Yeah. Someone just moved across from me on the braking zone.
Good little fight there.
Yeah.
I thought, there's no way you're doing me around the outside.
I know. I was like, I'll try it for the views.
That is not happening.
But I caught you by surprise the first time, and then you knew I was there, and I was like, fuck, that's my chance gone. Because I knew you were going to fight harder.
I didn't actually know you were catching me.
Yeah.
I was in my own little world. I was looking back a couple of times. I didn't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually know you were catching me.
So once I threw away that first chance, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a lot harder.
I'm going to fuck you up now.
Yeah.
And there we go, guys. That has been my experience, my race for the Motormouth charity event. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Once again, very, very grateful to be invited out here to do some karting with a lot of familiar faces. Yeah, these events are always really cool to make the most of in the summer while the weather is nice, and all come together for a great cause, which is ultimately the best thing. Massive shout out to Steve for letting me borrow some of his footage, and also check out the Alpha live stream as they live stream the whole thing with commentator. I jumped in the commentary box for a little bit there as well with Matty G. Anyway, we had Jimmy Broadbent's team win the race. Team Blue Flag, which is us, we managed to come home in P6, some 4 laps down. But regardless, that is not a bad effort considering that the rest of my teammates have never been here before. So shout out to those guys at Team Blue Flag. You guys did amazing, and thank you for trusting me with qualifying and starting the race for you guys. Hopefully, I did you all proud. Anyway, really enjoying the karting stuff. I feel like I'm getting slightly better at this now, but I want to keep doing it. I want to keep coming back to Wilton Mill. Hopefully, they'll do like a... I don't know if they do 24-hour races. That'd be sick to do, or just other events that they might have going on in the future. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Steve, your karting career is over. Give me that X30 drive.
How do you do that?